I was a control freak. I liked when things stayed the same since switching it up meant change. Whenever a cold storm came rolling in, its dark clouds sweeping the light away, my heart always froze to solid ice. I never liked to work in a team since I could only see the letters M and E. Whenever I'd let someone catch me when I was falling to the ground about to shatter, I always felt like I slipped like ice through their fingers and started to believe that I just didn't matter. But when I was 16, someone finally caught me. His touch was warm, like a flame brought to ice, melting my heart. I was finally reminded that maybe someone as cold as me could be loved so easily. I only knew him by his name, his chestnut brown hair and piercing ice blue eyes. But the more we'd bump into each other when I wouldn't think we would, the more we were at the right place at the right time, the more we talked as if nobody else understood us. The more I believed in this concept called destiny. Because though we were still strangers to each other, I felt safe melting into his touch. I felt safe letting him into my life without an invitation. I felt safe losing control. It was as if I was the main character starring in a film that I didn't know I had auditioned for, and he was the main love interest and I couldn't resist. I felt special, starring in a film where I get a happily ever after, where I'd text him with a smile, where he'd respond immediately, and soon we'd have plans for the upcoming weekend. But this wasn't like the movies, because as I waited for a reply, my heart thrummed in my chest, beating a symphony of nerves, because as I waited for a reply, every bad outcome played in my mind on loop, because as I waited for a reply, my hope slowly faded until I realized that he'd never answer. My heart soon stopped beating, falling to the ground and shattering, because why had he ignored my messages as if I wasn't good enough for him? Wasn't I beautiful? Wasn't I smart? Wasn't I someone that he'd want to know better? After all, I was the main character and he was the new love interest, not the boy who rejected me the first minute he could. My veins burned with heartache as if I'd been stabbed with a syringe, its venom poisoning my body with reasons to give up. Was it so wrong to believe that this was my story, my plot, my life, and I wanted it to be the way that I had planned it? But it wasn't, because so what if I'm a control freak? So what if I like when things stay the same, since switching it up means change? Whenever a cold storm comes rolling in, its dark clouds sweeping the light away, my heart always freezes to solid ice. But this eye-opening experience has reminded me that none of us are the main characters in a movie with our storylines mapped out for us. Destiny is only a word that encourages us to go after what we want, encourages us to burn the scripts we feel forced to act out, encourages me to take control and be the flame that'll melt my heart of solid ice.